2 days post-surgery and wanted to give you an update from surgery to today. The morning of the surgery, I was supposed to be in there at 8 o'clock. I was at Weill Cornell on the Upper East Side. I was staying the night before on the Upper West Side. I actually walked across Central Park, wanted my final sort of time of carefree walking for a while to happen. So it was a perfect timing. Got there right at 8 and had a 9:30, scheduled for a 9:30 surgery. It was actually delayed. The first surgery went way over, so I actually didn't get in until 12. Before that, the anesthesiologist and surgeon came to talk to me, and then I was in at 12 for my surgery. And last thing I know, I was sort of my arms out, put oxygen over me, told me to breathe some, and next thing I know, it was 4 o'clock and I was on the other side, waking up in a different space, recovery. So they kept me in there. Nurses were great, helping out and giving me updates. Doctor came to see me. Actually, he came. I was there until like around 5:30 by myself, and then Laura, my wife, came to be with me, and that's right when the doctor was coming in to see me, give me an update, said everything went really well, no nerve issues, as far as it wasn't getting close to nerves, so he felt confident that recovery would be a success, that the surgery was a success, so that was great. It was all pretty quick once it got going, because I woke up at 4. He came around 5:30. I was sort of still a little groggy at 4, so 5:30 when Laura came, that's when I started feeling okay, could see somebody. And by 6:45, we were already heading out to the car. Laura pulled up the car, and nurse brought me down. I walked down and was in the car going home. So initially, and they told me this, the pain, the issues, you'd think that it would be right where the incisions were, the 5 incisions they make for the robotic prostatectomy. It actually wasn't. It's really in your shoulders. I still feel sore in my shoulders and the upper chest where you're getting gas, because there's gas in the anesthesia and the gas from, they have to pump into you to swell you, I guess, for the surgery. Some of that stays in for a couple of days, and that's actually where the main pain is, because you probably have the pain medications taking care of some of the other stuff. So that was the difficult part, and at the beginning. And when the drive home, we had a 2-hour drive home from New York City to Princeton, and it's really bumpy in New York. The roads are not good. So that was a little bit painful. I had pillows. I was told to bring pillows in the car. Highly recommend that. So I had pillows to sort of put in different places to help me along the way. So just to try and ease some of the pain. I would imagine most roads aren't as bad as they are in New York. So unless you're in New York City and then driving out, it shouldn't be as bad. This was a pretty rough start, though. At the catheter, we had to stop once to empty the catheter. They do tell you as much as possible you should drink constantly, get as much liquids, because originally what's coming out and in the catheter is pure red from the blood from the surgery mixed, even if it's just a little bit. So drinking a lot, you want to that helps avoid the clotting, and that was really important to me. I didn't want to have any issues, so I drank a crazy amount of water and apple juice, and so it's filling the bag, and so we pulled over once to stop. Besides that, you're just supposed to like bend your legs. You don't have to get out if you're doing a long drive, but you should sort of be moving your legs and ankles and bending it again so they don't get tight. And by the time we got home, it was 9. We slept downstairs. It was really helpful to have Laura with me. So if you're going through this and you have a significant other, that's great, who could help out. And if not, you have a friend who can be there just to help out for the first day or two as some of it's more emotional. Like, I don't know what I can do and what I can't do. And so having someone who's going to be there to help is really helpful, even if I then can do it. So we set up downstairs. We pulled out the couch, so I wouldn't have to go up the stairs. Wouldn't have to deal with our cat. I was concerned that our cat would sort of jump on me and on my stomach. So I was still sort of medicated, and was not walking at that point. I didn't have to go on walks. Just had to drink as much as possible and take the ibuprofen. They give you a bunch of 800 milligram ibuprofen so they could really continue avoiding the pain. And then you switch out the catheter from a leg catheter to the evening catheter, which should last longer, that you put on the side. So I had all these pillows around me, and the goal for the first night is it's a pretty simple one. You just want to fart. That's the goal. You want to fart because once you fart, you could eat the next day. You can't eat the day of the surgery, so and you're not supposed to eat the rest of the day until you could pass gas. And so I remember must have been like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'd been burping, but I had not farted. And finally I did, and I was so excited. I woke up Laura to let her know. Because I knew the next day I'd be able to eat. I wasn't sure how much of my pain was from the incisions, from the gas, from the anesthesia, or just from hunger pains. So that was that night. First day for me was rough. I've heard from others that they've had a much better first day. I guess might depend on what time you have your surgery, since mine was later in the afternoon. By the time I get out, that first day was still, yesterday for me was pretty rough. I did the best I could. I was just trying different things, still trying to drink as much as I can, eating, trying to walk as much as I can. They tell you to walk. We have trails around here, but there are wildfires going on, and so I have to walk early because later in the day the smoke makes the air quality not great. So I was doing as much walking as I could, but I was still in a decent amount of pain, mostly from I think it's from the gas and the anesthesia still, because the pain medication was really helping, and a little bit of the discomfort from the catheter. So yeah, so those are the big things. Drink as much as you can and walk when you can, because that'll help avoid long-term clotting issues. So the first day yesterday was painful, more so than I expected, because I had been thinking, maybe you're the same if you're going through this, I've been concerned so much with the long-term side effects of having a prostatectomy that I completely overlooked the short-term pains and difficulties of these first couple of weeks, which was probably good. I didn't think about it, but when it came to me, when I was in the midst of it, it's not the most comfortable, but it does get better each day. Yesterday I could eat, but I still was not taking a shower, and I still had the bandages everywhere, over the 5 spots which got itchy, and it was. And then the next big thing was the first bowel movement. Not great to talk about, but it is, if you're going, it's just something you're nervous about. And I was too, like any kind of pressure that you're putting on your stomach, whether it's laughing or coughing. So if I have a little cough, that I'm nervous about because it hurts a little bit. And certainly a bowel movement, anything where you're pushing. So that first one is a little bit nerve-wracking. The stool softener that you're supposed to take a couple times a day is helpful. And that was another big moment when I finally went for the first time. The little things that you appreciate in life that you don't really think about on a day-to-day basis. So that was yesterday, and again, it was a tough day, the first day. I wanted to do a vlog on the first day. I just wasn't feeling up to it. I did a still picture, but wasn't feeling up to the vlog. So today, I woke up, I did feel better than yesterday, which is good. I still have some pain over here, but I feel like I'm getting a hang of it a little bit more. I did take it probably was a mile walk. It was more, I mean, they say 5 minutes and 5-minute increments and then grow that, but I was feeling fine. So I just did a longer walk, again, early in the morning before any kind of smog or air quality stuff picks up from the wildfires. So did that, and then I took a shower. And when you get to do that, that's going to be it's a difference maker. It was for me, at least, to be able to take a shower and just clean up, take off the bandages. I'll show you. It's not really, there's nothing gruesome to see, but I'll show you what it looks like. These are after the bandages are off. You could sort of see they took away my 6-pack too, which is problematic, but I'll get those back. They sort of shave you a little bit, but then there's just five spots where they make the incisions for the robotic arm to go in. You know, I'm still swollen there a bit, but that's fine. It's just a little bit of pain. The ibuprofen's helping. But taking a shower and cleaning off the orange stuff that they put on to sort of when they're before surgery, that it just feels good. And then not to have those big bandages on, just to have the little ones, keeping it, helping a healing. So that's where we are today. My plan is to do another vlog on day 5, and then day 7. Day 7, I get the catheter. I get to take the catheter out, and that's, I think, is a big one. There is some discomfort. You have lidocaine that you can put on to minimize the discomfort, but it doesn't feel great to have it in. So a couple of things with that when you are walking. So if you do have it and you have the leg catheter, I originally had it and the bottom part is below the knee. So if you just put the bottom part above your knee, like fold it over so it's above your knee, it makes walking much easier. So I have that. That's how I have it now, and especially if you're going for a decent walk. That's one. I'm sure I'll have other little tidbits to share next time. So thanks. Good luck to you if you're going through this, and have a good day.
A tutor, a family man, completing a ton. He might have cancer, but he's still having fun. When health is a style, there is no worthy foe. So check on the vlog, this is his battle, yo. Mark Hyman. Mark Hyman. Mark Hyman.